It's time for day 5. Feel good. Feel good. Got a few things to go over. Gonna go through my lifting routine, and I'm gonna do a little cozy little private talk at the end. Nothing crazy today. Slept relatively well, ate relatively well. All things going as planned. Spent a good deal of time planning, thinking about what to do with future videos, thinking about like future one-off videos that aren't just the daily record, which is what this is, but are more focused and speaking at length about other things. There are a great deal of topics that I want to discuss, but they're difficult to shoehorn into these daily videos. And it becomes a little exhausting trying to figure out why or how to speak about what thing. So again, still, just 5 days in, I probably shouldn't be too worried about it, but figuring it out, feeling pretty good about it. And I think we'll jump right into today's lift. And then at the end, there's a little cozy me time. A little me time. And I hope your day is going well, too. Let's get into it, yeah? All right. It's game day. We got more footage to review for today, for our lift. I cut it up. I edited it. It's all precise. Today was a bit tougher to film at the gym. There was a bit more going on. And like this rack is really hard to get footage in. To my gym's credit, they have 3 squat racks, which is not much probably compared to a lot of gyms. For this kind of gym, it's a pretty good amount. I don't hate the depth. Obviously, 155 is not a lot of weight, especially for someone my height and weight. My body is kind of like pretty ideal for lower body exercises. I mean, the length, I don't have to go down very far. The distance between me and the ground is obviously pretty short, which has an enormous effect on like something being harder or easier in terms of lifting. Depth is fine. I bend over a little bit more because of the way my legs are shaped. This is good. I feel pretty good about this. I felt tight, I felt stable. Stability is all I really care about. See, I had to change angles because this guy was there. I feel weird with the phone. I'm just like, I'm sorry. I don't know. I suck. I don't know. Squatting is it's my key exercise. I think of all the lifts I do, it's the one that always goes up the most. It's the one that I always end up enjoying the most. It's the lift that I've hurt myself on twice. Both times because I shouldn't have been doing it at the weight I did it and the way I was doing it. Both times my fault, and I kind of anticipated the injury happening. I was like, I know what I'm going to do to myself. But yeah, I got nothing really too much to say about these. Form isn't perfect, obviously, but I'm stable. It's not bad. I'm going low enough. You can't really ask for much more. If I could squat heavier, if there were 4 plates on the bar and I squatted and it looked like this, it would be perfect. So it's like, for what it is, I'm fine with it. I do 5 sets of 3 just because this is, the heavy version of my squats as opposed to the volume. We could scoot along here. I feel like I don't need to talk about everyone at length, right? Unless something interesting happens, which nothing does. Bench. So now the volume part of the day. Bench is 3 sets of 10, much quicker. The things I'm cutting out is just me pacing in a circle, obviously, between sets. I'm too impatient to wait for more than like a minute and a half. I don't think I've ever waited longer. For heavier sets, I will probably inevitably have to start waiting longer between sets. But for now, it's like a minute, maybe 30 seconds. Bench is not something I'm very good at. It's one of the slower lifts for me in terms of going up. It's just something I've less experience with. But I do enjoy it a lot. Obviously, there's nothing to dislike about bench. It feels good to do. Anything that isn't like relying on your central nervous system the way like a squat or a deadlift is like feels fine to do. Like I feel like nothing bad can happen to me. Of course, I could drop the weight on my fucking head. You'll see also when I get up off the bench, I like fling myself off the bench. This is because the only time I've hurt myself on a bench was from sitting up from the position and fucking my back up from like leaning forward. This is good though. It's fine. It's fine. I'm tapping my chest. I'm going up at kind of an angle here. My elbows might be flaring too much. Today I didn't feel too much in my arms. I know I messed up the bench when I feel it in like the wrong parts of my arms, at least what I perceive to be the wrong parts of my arms. But as far as the lift day goes, there's nothing to really complain about here. We'll scoot along. Yeah, hold on. Let's get some action, an action shot. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know why the fuck I have to do. I do it every time. Lat Pulldowns, kind of new for me. I never usually use machines in any way. I do either lat pull-downs or pull-ups, assisted pull-ups, obviously. Although when I used to go to when I first started going to this gym, I could just go anywhere and grab a bar and just bang out 10 pull-ups. It's something I remember every time I'm in the gym. Trust me. Lat pull-downs, 315, 80 pounds. I think form is fine. This is a very new exercise for me. Feels good. I try not to feel too much in my arms. I'm trying to think about my upper back. I'm trying to think about my lats or something. But a new one. But it feels good. These machines are always occupied. There are two of these machines, and they're always occupied. So it's like I had to add assisted pull-ups because the chances of me being able to do this shit is so minimal. That's it. That was my lift. It's, as I've said ad nauseum, set the bar very low. This is a very simple routine. I did my 15 minutes on the bike, the 15 minutes, the 5 at an easy pace, and then like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. I don't record it just because it's impossible to get a camera. Like, there's just too many people around. It just doesn't feel right. And it's like, what am I going to record me on a bike for 15 minutes? So all successful. Everything went appropriately. I didn't fail any sets. There's nothing too much to complain about. Felt good. As you can see, I took off my protective cover of that zip-up hoodie, which like makes me feel less insecure in general, in just an abstract way. So when I whip that bad boy off, that's how you know I'm in the zone. That's today's game tape. I'm trying to keep today a little bit smaller, a little bit chiller. I got ideas in my head, but this was the lift today. Nothing crazy. Good. Solid. Calories are good. They may or may not be in this video. One of the downsides to adding all of my calories to every video is like, first of all, I have to wait until I'm done eating in order to fucking... I have to wait until I'm done eating in order to edit it and post it, which is just super late because I don't eat that late, but it's late enough where I'd like to be done with it, but I'll find a way around it. I guess I should tell you that you should like and subscribe. I'm going to start saying that because it is nice. You get a view, you don't get a like. What do you don't like me? You got a problem with me? I never like things. It's something I've had to actively remind myself to do because it's even something I love. I just don't think of it. I just don't think of doing that. If I seem mellow, it's just I'm a little bit chill today. I feel good though. It's a good chill. Today I wanted to sort of just go with the flow, not think about it, and not worry too much at all. And I am succeeding. Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, day 5. If you can't tell, today I'm feeling bookish and drab. I wanted to move the camera a little bit, get rid of the whiteboard for at least a day. As this is a learning experience, and every day will be something probably a little different until I really iron out a clean process. Today I felt... I feel good. It's been a perfect day in terms of doing all the things I set out to do. But I'm feeling a bit like a mid-century widow whose husband was lost in the war. What war? An old one. I'm talking about not even World War I, before that. I want to be quiet and surrounded by books and the things that make me feel at peace. And I thought I'd put the library in the shot, make sure we got a portion of it. I loathe this library. It's unfortunate. It's very incomplete. I've given a ton of books away. There are a lot of books in this library I would prefer to throw away or get rid of, would be more appropriate. Books I have no value to me. I draw on them, and I write in them, and I destroy them, and I get coffee on them. If you truly read quite a bit, you learn that the process of reading is in itself intensely creative, and the book ends up becoming your own when you read it. So for me, each one of these is mine. The author exists in the periphery, telling their story, but I'm the one creating it as I read. I don't know, it's a good day. I started a new newsletter today. What is a newsletter? Usually it's something you get and delete the moment you get one. Mine is called In Fugue. I began it today because I figured I wanted to start doing a Friday newsletter. It will read unlike anything I do here and probably will scarcely be related to what I do on YouTube. Although I do think over time those things will join together on their own. Sign up for it, read it. There's nothing in the world more important to me than writing, and it's a tragedy that I remain terrible at it. But it is the hardest thing I do and the thing that I care the most about. But far more than anything else, it is something that's sort of done into a void. And read it. Yeah, try to sign up for it if you can. I suppose I should start saying like and subscribe, but I'm developing the formula. So I intend to do this until the end. I don't want to stop. I feel pretty severe right now when it comes to these things. I was going to read some of what I wrote from my phone, but I'm using my phone to record myself right now. Today I wrote about a caterpillar that I remembered trying to turn into a pet when I was a little kid. I want to say I was 5 or 6, really young, and I found a caterpillar and I put it in a jar and I put a leaf in the jar and I thought it would be my friend and it would be fine. And of course it immediately died. And for some reason in my child brain I thought if I ran to the bathroom and turned on the hot water, it would be like I think I was getting rid of it. I was trying to wash it away. Maybe it was if you want to be a shrink about it, it was the guilt or the dirtiness of it, a dead thing that I killed. And as I was running the hot water in the sink, I ran it for way too long in the bathroom. You would never run the hot water as hot as it go in the bathroom sink for a very long time, especially in the horrific home that I grew up in. And the sink just started thunking and sputtering and cluttering out of nowhere. And after this really loud, terrifying noise, I dropped the jar, and instead of water, this milky, clay-like substance came out, spitting everywhere, and it was rust, and it freaked me out. It terrified me. Thinking about it now, there was probably a pocket of air with rust connected to it, and for one reason or another, running the water that hot for so long caused it all to break up. But I remembered this so vividly this morning, and I remembered the way I felt and how scared I was. How scared I was because of this sink and the caterpillar and killing something, and it all just came to me while I was writing this morning. Writing something far less interesting and far less poignant, I'm sure. And that's how I start the newsletter, and then I just go on to say, it's going to be what it is. I don't know. I'm going to throw it at the wall and over time build it into something. I'm trying to do a lot at once against my own methods, or against my own, what's the term I'm looking for? Better judgment. But I feel when I wake up in the morning right now that I am truly like dancing on the head of a pin, and that I can fall in any direction. And I've become accustomed to it, and I take it as a sign that I'm probably doing the right thing. I have a fiction deadline in 10 days that I'm not going to reach. So probably later in the week, I think we're going to go on a little field trip to the New York Public Library, and I might lock myself in there and write for a while and see if I can make do with the slop I've been producing each morning. Anyway, this is a pretty different day 5, but I don't really care about consistency in terms of like what you should expect as an audience. I think over time as I've said, I'll figure it out and I'll make things more. There will be a coziness in always having a set group of expectations, but realistically, if it's not clear now, the whole weight loss thing is a very sneaky, roundabout way for me to insert myself into something. It just happens that losing 80 pounds is just this tangible material expression in space that represents things that are otherwise difficult to prove with just words or anything else. Day 5. Good day. A good day. No problems with it.